A coach accused of verbally abusing his players and making them exercise naked.
The official charge facing Phil Coons is injuring public morals. News 4's Kaylee Olivas was in court where Coons appeared before a judge just a couple of hours ago.
A plea deal of 7 years. No teaching, no coaching, and no contact with Ringling Public Schools was rejected by a Jefferson County judge. The court will now decide Philip Coons' fate in March. A jam-packed Jefferson County courtroom as a last-minute arraignment hearing was set for Ringling head football coach Philip Coons. He's accused of verbally abusing his players and forcing them to exercise naked over the course of at least 2 years.
He created a cult. And you're either 100% in the cult or you're out of the cult.
After 3 months' worth of a state investigation revealing 7 alleged victims, Coons was charged with 1 misdemeanor count of outraging public decency. No arrest warrant was ever issued, and he wasn't required to appear in court, but he voluntarily did Tuesday, and so did dozens of his friends, family, and former Ringling football players. A no-contest plea bargain was agreed on between the state and Coons' attorney. 7 years. He wouldn't be allowed to coach or teach at any school during that time. He also would be prohibited from sports consulting and having any contact with the Ringling School District. Additionally, he was looking at a 12-month probationary period. In return, the state agreed to not file any additional charges unless new evidence was presented. The state claims Coons could have faced several more misdemeanor charges as well as a felony count of child abuse. In 4 victim impact statements read to the court, the phrase, quote, "a slap on the wrist," was consistently used to describe the plea bargain.
You can tell by these boys' statements they're highly disappointed in the district attorney and the state and really all of the adults involved.
In an abnormal turn of events, the judge accepted the no-contest plea but rejected the bargain. In Coons' closing statement to the judge, he didn't accept fault, but rather blamed this case on the parenting of the alleged victims. Anything you want to say to the victims?
Happy New Year.
Coons will face the court again in mid-March for a blind plea.
Coons is going to have to make a choice between that date and today as to whether or not he trusts his fate in the hands of the judge. Because today kind of proved that the judge is not really on his side and wants to see him punished more.
In Waurika, Kaylee Olivas, Oklahoma's News 4.
Again, Coons will be back in court in March. If he does not appear, he will face a $5,000 penalty. We asked his attorney for an interview. He declined and says they are unable to share their story right now.